more gay content. Hey there, creepy peeps. I'm Nightmare Maven. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I post about horror movies, books, do live streams, other fun stuff, all spooky stuff all the time. So if you like this video, maybe subscribe. I have a cute little list on my phone of all of the movies and books and everything you guys have suggested for horror education videos. And for the life of me, I cannot remember who suggested Night of the Creeps. I know it was one of you. And to whoever it was, I'm so sorry. Please yell at me in the comments. I wouldn't have thought of this movie otherwise, so really thank you for mentioning it. So again, if you're new here, allow me to come out of the closet again. Horror Education is a series where I explore movies, books, and other topics, all in the horror genre through the lens of being a gay person. It's mostly for my own education, and I know some of y'all enjoyed these videos as well, so here we are. Directed by Fred Decker, Night of the Creeps is a fun, campy horror movie about a college campus that is overrun by space slugs and turn people into zombies, more or less. And this may end up being a shorter horror education video because our sole reason for this video does not make it through the entire movie. So if you watch Night of the Creeps and you read JC as a queer character, technically this film does fall into the bury your gays trope, unfortunately. When we meet roommates Chris and JC,
they were roommates.
JC is helping Chris get over his lost love and helping him get with Cynthia, whom Chris sees exactly one time and falls in love with. I know, poor JC has his work cut out for him. Chris decides that the pair need to join a fraternity in order to catch Cynthia's attention, to which JC grudgingly agrees, and they're given a task by the frat to go steal a cadaver from the morgue and leave it on a rival fraternity's doorstep. So after the failed body snatching attempt, the boys go back to their dorm where a frustrated JC lays into Chris.
And I push and I push and I don't give up. And why? Why? You don't even know. You don't even care. Because it's important to me that you're happy. Is that so crazy?
So when Night of the Creeps was first suggested for horror education, I didn't immediately know why. I had only seen the movie once before and I just remember it being like a campy, goofy time and that was it. But viewing it in this way through a queer lens, I totally get it. I see why people see JC as queer-coded. Because what he just said low-key sounds like a confession that Chris doesn't know or care that JC is in love with him and just wants to see Chris happy. And then immediately after this heartfelt speech, the pair joke about fucking each other, which is a little less subvert. So JC continues to help Chris in his pursuit of Cynthia. When she comes to Chris for comfort after seeing a cat come back from the dead, JC dutifully gets the hint and leaves the pair alone. This is to his demise though, because when JC goes to the bathroom, he encounters the now possessed janitor and is overtaken by the space slugs. Which leads us to another big piece of evidence that I've seen cited many times when talking about JC being queer-coded. Chris doesn't seem to notice that JC is gone until like the next day when he's getting ready for the dance. He sees the tape recorder left by JC in which JC tells him vital information about the slugs, ending with, "I love you, good luck with Cynthia." I mean, no matter how you view this relationship, this is pretty progressive for the time. Obviously, if you're viewing this as JC being queer, he is written as simply existing and not really exhibiting any of the like harmful stereotypes of gay men. And if you don't view JC as being queer, this is one of the healthiest relationships between two cishet men ever put to film. Saying "I love you" and not saying "no homo" immediately after, when do straight guys ever? So either way, bravo for that, I have to say. And now I'm gonna ruin it a teensy bit. Because even though JC isn't walking around wearing a pink feather boa and saying "Yas Queen," he still fits the gay best friend trope in the sense that his whole purpose as a character is to support the main character, Chris, and help him learn something about himself, which totally fits JC. The gay best friend is also typically portrayed as non-threatening in terms of their sexual life.
I say to myself, what the hell? I'm sure as hell never gonna get laid, so I might as well help out my best friend, right?
Furthermore, the argument can be made that JC is fridged in this movie. After learning about JC's death, that Chris gets angry and decides to take action against the slugs. Fridging can refer to any kind of relationship, but it's used overwhelmingly with love interest characters and overwhelmingly with femme characters to trigger this like protective response in the main character. All of this to say, I definitely learned something new watching Night of the Creeps in this particular way. I'm just sad I couldn't find any sort of reaction or interview where Fred Decker addresses people's reading of JC as queer. So if anybody knows of like a video or an article or something that I might have missed, please share it in the comments because I'd love to see it. And let me know what you think of this interpretation of the movie. As for me, I'm now a believer. JC is queer, confirmed. As always, if you have any suggestions for future horror education videos, please leave them in the comments. I promise I will remember who suggests what. If you ended up liking this video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. And you can subscribe and become a creepy peep today. I will see you Friday with a new video, right? No, today's Friday. I'll see you Tuesday with a new video. Until then, stay strange. Bye.